Lynx, the number one team in the land, as we have a full crew here tonight. John Swisher along with Dan Katz and Matt Weiss and Jeff Harris, our statistician here tonight, as getting ready for this ball game as Beckman and North Linn. Beckman out of the WAMAC East Division, as North Linn winning their fifth Tri-Rivers Conference West Division in a row. As a lot of stats, a lot of numbers, a lot of figures to throw out tonight. But the main thing is this powerful North Linn offense and this Beckman defense, who only allows for Beckman 49 points a game, as North Linn averages 93 points offensively. Who can do better at what they're best at here tonight, Dan Cassidy? It's just that simple, right?
Of course it is. It's that simple. Of course, Wish. It's that simple. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Beckman's going to play man-to-man, and I don't know that a lot of teams have done that too, North Linn this year. And one thing that's going to be interesting for me, too, to see tonight for all of us is the WAMAC physicalness and versus the Tri-Rivers. Beckman, night in and night out in that WAMAC, I've coached in both leagues, and you got to be ready to play, and it's a physical battle, smash-mouth basketball. And it's good in the Tri-Rivers, too, don't get me wrong, but it's 1A. Basketball in the Tri-Rivers versus 3A in the WAMAC, and there's a difference. And quite honestly, North Linn's pretty much walked through the league this season and really hasn't been pushed in any game, and so they haven't played four quarters very often. So I don't know if that'll be a factor here tonight too, but I'm really excited to see, as you stated, Beckman's defense, and it's going to be man-to-man. If they're not going to junk or they're not going to do anything differently, they're going to come out man-to-man, and they're going to play hard-nosed defense, and we'll see how North Linn reacts to it. Should be interesting.
Matt Weiss, to that point, you've seen a lot of WAMAC Conference basketball this year, including these Blazers a couple of times. They beat the top team in the league, Makokata, a few weeks ago. This is a team that can play some good basketball, as that advantage of when you're playing a little tougher competition consistently and having close games. Close game count for Beckman. They've been in 11 of them this year, 10 points or less. They're 10-1. So if this is a close game, you have to look at maybe that advantage that goes towards Beckman.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Beckman has battled, especially in the second half of the season since the Christmas break here. And, you know, they're led obviously by Michael Keegan, who's a great player. I think it's going to be interesting. You see in the WAMAC, a lot of teams slow it down. It's a physical game, a lot of inside presence, where North Linn's going to try to get the ball up and down the floor as fast as they can, try to run the score up quickly. It's all going to depend on if Beckman can stop that transition basketball to get them into the half-court game. I think they have a shot then. But other than that, I got North Linn pulling away pretty easily in here in the second half.
Well, if you look at D.C. Moore, they're favored by 28, as Beckman hoping that that's just all numbers, and they are coming to play here tonight, hoping to knock off the number one team in the state. The North Linn Lynx, as you look at some of their numbers, just incredible what they've done the past few years. The Class 1A runner-up, as North Linn lost to Grandview Christian. Their only loss last year, 27-1. They're 21-1 right now. Beckman at 16-5. As Jake Hilmer, the outstanding senior, on his way to go to Upper Iowa, two-sport athlete, baseball and basketball. Jake currently 18th all-time in Iowa history in scoring with 21.97. Coincidentally, he's only 10 points away from tying the all-time leading scorer in North Linn basketball. That's Nicole Miller, the senior at Drake. It's just 10 points behind Nicole, as Nicole had 22.07 in her career. She graduated in 2015. The senior class, 97-4 overall, and 56-0 in conference play in their high school careers, as they hope they can continue it on to Saturday night. The winner gets the winner of the Cascade-Tipton District number 6 final going on tonight down in Makokata. Bill Logan and Luke Imsland have that for you live on KMCH.com tonight. Our first game coverage moved up because of the Mother Nature impending weather coming up here in the listening area. Edco fell to Easton Valley tonight. Easton Valley moving on with a win earlier tonight down at Prince of Peace High School in Clinton. The starting lineups here tonight for North Linn. Head coaches Mike and Bob Hilmer. Between them, over 1,300 wins. 56 years coaching for Bob Hilmer. He's the all-time leading wins getter in Iowa varsity boys basketball history. Austin Miller, Jake Hilmer, David Siebert, Trevor Bogey, and Carter Johnson, the 5. for North Linn. Travis Griffith is the assistant coach for the Lynx. Mike Maloney, the second-year head coach, 2008 Beckman grad, as Luke Yetkin, Tom Yeager, Michael Keegan, Jack Westhoff, and Sean Deitmeyer. Yeager is in that lineup. There's a minor sprain. They're glad to have him back as after they got past that O-line game, 51-44 the other night, same night that North Linn took care of Jessup, 103-51. North Linn had scored over the 100-point mark 7 times this year. Talk about Beckman's close games. They're 10-1 in 10 points or less, 4-1 in 5 points or less. The opening tip is on the way next from beautiful Independence facility that was built in 2013, wrapping up its 6th season here in the next week. And this is area boys basketball. We're back with it from KMC Sports.
Nico and New Vienna Ag Automation are committed to customer satisfaction. Nico leads the industry in efficiency and innovation with mixed flow, screenless, quiet, and efficient corn dryer units. Nico and New Vienna Ag Automation, grain quality you can bank on.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. It takes the right financial partner who cares as much about your future as you do, building a financial plan to meet your life's priorities and helping you achieve the financial security you're after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact me, Mitch Payton, or Matt Schulte today. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together.
Bramy Drug provides fast, convenient service from a professional staff. Enjoy off-the-street front row parking and drive-through window to make dropping off and picking up your prescriptions a breeze. Caring beyond prescriptions, Bramy Drug on East Main Street in Manchester.
American Trust and Savings Bank wishes all area athletes and coaching staff continued success. American Trust and Savings Bank with locations in Dyersville, Farley, Dubuque, and Des Moines. Simply better banking. Check them out at americantrust.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hauser's Water Systems has served Eastern Iowa with the best equipment and service the industry has to offer with their top-of-the-line products from Water Care. Hauser's offers a free in-home water analysis. Stop by Hauser's Water Systems in Manchester today. Water is all they do.
Sight and good vision is very easy to take for granted until it is taken away. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is here to help you.
Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa, located at 225 West Main Street in Manchester and 1113 West 3rd Street in Vinton.
Hey, Richard McDowell here. After you have tried the rest, call the best for your heavy-duty wrecker needs. Accident recovery, stuck combines and tractors or sprayers. That's our specialty at McDowell Truck and Auto Repair, 563-932-2661.
Along with in-studio producer Austin West, a senior at North Linn High School, one of our studio producers, part-timers. Glad to have him along tonight. John, Dan, Matt, and Jeff. A full crew here with you from Independence High School as we get ready for this one. North Linn, the number 1 team in Class 2A, as they're number 1 in BC Moore as well. Beckman, number 18 in BC Moore. Talked about the numbers there. All the stats, you throw them in a bowl there, and they come out 28-point favorites. But as we talk about the postseason, these games are meant to be played, and we'll see who the better team is out on the floor here tonight as Bogey and Deitmeyer will jump it up. Blazers going left to right to get the tip. Deitmeyer to Yeager. Keegan will have it, and we're underway at 7:02 here in this one. Yeager drives baseline. Double team. Now Hilmer by himself at the baseline. He throws in the middle, and here is a stepping out of bounds was Carter Johnson when he hit the ball, says the baseline official Bob Squires, the official coordinator and organizers as well. Bob Squires from Iowa City, Craig Murray, Todd Raby from Cedar Rapids, the officials assigned by the Iowa High School Athletic Association for this Class 2A District 5 final here tonight. Beckman has it, going left to right, inside is Getkin. He gets it out to Keegan, thought about it. Now Beckman working ball around for a good shot here. What they want to do offensively, taking care of the ball. North Linn faithful, giving their defense a round of applause, making them work. But this is Beckman doing what they want to do here, of taking care of the ball.
Taking care of the ball, and it's also clock management. You know, they've got the ball, and they're not turning it over. North Linn can't score.
Yeah, absolutely. They're not even looking to score, to be honest with you. They're turnover.
Johnson up ahead to Seaver. Johnson with the finish. Right hand up the left side. And North Linn takes the lead in this ball game first. Carter Johnson gets his first bucket of the game. Here's the press. Bieber knocks it away. Jake Hilmer behind the pass. Behind the back look there. There's a Johnson. Gets it back out to Hilmer. A little contact off the window and good. Jake Hilmer and North Linn just like that up 4-0. 6:42 and Beckman kind of slow the pace down here. Getkin will bring it up. Passes ahead over the timeline to Keegan. Keegan now in the lane. Yeager. Getkin is picked off by Hilmer. Right on that left wing. Now he's racing all the way in behind the back. Dribble off the window and good. Timeout. Coach Maloney wants to talk things over. This is what they wanted to be ready for, and now they know what it is. Until you actually see it and go up against it, it's hard to duplicate. In practice, it's hard to tell your players what is actually coming at you, this tornado of links coming and the pressing and everything involved with it.
Well, when you're in practice, you're putting 6 and 7 kids out on the floor to try and somewhat duplicate the kind of pressure that North Linn can bring at you, but that's how quickly it can happen. In a matter of a minute, it's 6-0, and Beckman's on their heels a little bit right now, and I think that's going to be the factor here early. If they can't handle this pressure and North Linn pulls away by 10, 12, 15 points, it's going to be a long night for Beckman.
North Linn averaging 93 points a game. Beckman 56 points a night. That was a little reach in there. There was enough contact, but nothing called. Jake Hilmer knocked it out of bounds. Will stay Beckman basketball going left to right. The veteran coach Dan Corey back in the bench his first year, 401 wins, as 288 of them at Beckman, the all-time wins leader. At Beckman is Mike Maloney, the 29-year-old, the fifth coach in program history since the school opened back in 1966. Beckman going left to right. They trail 6-0 here in favor of North Linn. Inside, little jumper fadeaway. Yeager, no good. Misses it. Front side rebound by Hilmer. Off and running on the links. Hilmer, hesitation dribble. Now a drive. Passes out, pinball around, and picked off. Near travel there. Might have got away with that one. Was the forward, Westhoff. Now Dykemeyer has it inside. Got to get out of the lane. He does. Westhoff now kicking. Baseline drive. Kick it out to Keegan. Michael Keegan. An offensive component here for Beckman, as Keegan leads the way with 18 points tonight. Jekin, right wing. Pass inside, picked off Kogi, read the pass, intercepted right at the free throw line. He goes all the way in, taken away by Keegan. And back come the Blazers. We go back the other way. Up top is Yeager, now right side. 6-0, 5-10 and counting here. This ball knocked away as Dykemeyer took it up against Kogi. Here's Hilmer off and running. Baseline up in the air, kicks it out. Johnson. Now Bogey for a deep three from the Winthrop area. That's no good. Goes out all the way just inside the top of the key, and it's retrieved by Jack Westhoff. 6-0 Lynx, just under 5 minutes to play, quarter number one.
I think it's a little bit interesting so far here, Swish, that the officials letting them play a little bit. And, you know, the game started, we kind of thought that the physicality would play into Beckman's favor, but it hasn't at this point.
Knocked away by Bogey all the way in. Contact coming as Michael Keegan going up in the air, getting a lot of ball, but underneath contact, says the baseline official, as Bogey would be on the line to shoot two.
That is exactly what Beckman cannot allow to happen. That's the worst kind of turnover when it's a leak out in transition. You can live with a turnover that, I mean, it gives you a chance to set your defense at least, but when it's a leak out like that and attacking the rim, those are tough to take.
North Linn only turns over 143 times, 230 on the year. North Linn, incredible 370 steals. Jake Hilmer, all-time steals leader in the history of Iowa basketball, let alone North Linn program history. And the second free throw, no good by Bogey. Still 6-0, 4.5 to go. Inside, off the window, that's no good. No contact that time, nothing called. Austin Hilmer just checked in, got away with that one. And now we have a travel on North Linn to go back the other way.
Yeah, really interesting. The officiating crew we have here, depending on who's at the basket. Some of them, you know, we've had a couple pretty big contacts at the rim there, and a couple of, kind of touch fouls. It's been interesting so far.
6-0, 4:20 and counting here in this first quarter of play. Inside, Yeager, bounce pass, it's tipped away. Got to be more careful in that. As Dykemeyer is trying to get the ball, just tipped away. Those active hands always going for that ball, North Linn. Very active and aggressive. Hilmer drives, right side, puts it up short, left it short, rebounded there by Tom Yeager. Yeager in trouble with the press, a double team. He gets it over the sideline to Seamus O'Connor, who just checked in. Now there's a nice pass. Deitmeyer from the assist from Keegan off the window and good. Sean Deitmeyer gets his first bucket. He's the third leading scorer with 7.9 a game. Plays his first basket with 3:50 here the first. We have contact up top, a blocking foul that they call it. Deitmeyer as Hilmer was driving around trying to get somebody open, and it'll be Northland basketball. Sideline out of bounds. 6-2. Beckman trails by 4. 3:49 to go here in the first quarter.
You can see Beckman adjusting as every second that goes by to this the speed and quickness that Northland has, because they just don't see that night in and night out in the Walmart.
6-2. The Northland lead. Here's a deep three ball there from downtown Masonville. That's no good off the front of the rim. Rebounded all the way out to the left wing by Austin Hilmer. And Beckman up ahead. That's pinballed right off his shoulder by Keegan. Bonke comes up with it. Now Hilmer twisting, turning, slashing, putting it up. No good off the side of the rim. Good defense there. Boy, they're letting them play at times here. As Matt alluded to earlier. Now there is going to be a slap of the wrist. It's going in as Michael Keegan. And 2 shots coming here for the talented junior Michael Keegan, who is getting some looks from NAIA Division III, also a few Minnesota schools in the Division II landscape up in Minnesota, as he was an all-WAMAC unmentioned team a year ago.
I think something else kind of interesting here, Coach Cassett, is I have not seen Beckman take any type of jump shot the entire time. They haven't taken a shot outside of 2 feet from the rim.
So it's clearly post-oriented right now. We're, as I said earlier, it's ball control, it's clock management. If we can maintain, they don't want to get into a track meet. Right now, they're hanging in there with 3:18 left in the first quarter. It's a big free throw, cuts the lead in half, 6-3.
It's the second one after missing the first one. Does Michael Keegan as the 3-point lead for Northland. Here's a pass to the left block. Sieber just going to dribble out of there. Sketchum is right on him. Here's Austin Hilmer near travel, but he steps out of bounds anyway. Mahoney wanted to travel. A double team right there, and we go back the other way. 6-3, 3:04 to go here in quarter number 1. Austin Miller, Austin Hilmer, Jake Hilmer, Trevor Bogie, David Sieber, the 5 for Northland. As it's Yeager, Getkin, also Keegan, O'Connor, and Deitmeyer, the 5 for Beckman. Right side is Getkin, double team in the corner. He bounces it out to Yeager. Up top is O'Connor. Yeager now swings it quickly. Good ball movement and quick passes here. Inside, a little jumper there. Off the back of the iron and good. Assist Deitmeyer. Basket by Tom Yeager. And if you're going to be giving that to you, you got to take advantage of it. Beckman did there. It's a 1-point game, 6-5. Northland by 1.
A good cut, a good find, and that's a tough finish on that short shot.
Inside, getting it to Miller from Hilmer in the middle of the lane. Off the window and good with the right hand on the left side. Austin Miller has his first deuce of the game. It's 8-5, 3-point lead, 2:20 and counting, quarter number 1.
Yeah, a little interesting there. Beckman went to a little box and 1 on Jake Hilmer that last time, and then tried to double team him a couple different times. And really good job there by Jake being patient and finding the open Miller inside.
2:10. They're counting here in the first quarter. 3-point Northland lead. Here's a right corner 3 for the tie. To go. Luke Getkin for the triple from the right corner. And the Blazers have tied this up, a first tie of the game. All the way in, contact, sliding in, trying to take the offensive foul was a lead. Michael Keegan. Somebody else was there as well, and they will give it to Michael Keegan. That'll be his first. As Jake Hilmer will go to the line at sheet 2. He's got 4 points so far. First time to the line for the All-Stater. 2 years in a row. Third year this year, 25.6 points a game, a 90% free throw shooter. As this one curl out right side, and Hilmer will have one more. 8-8, we're tied. $1:55 to go in quarter number 1. And the second one, nothing but nylon for Hilmer as he makes up for the first miss, as he's got 5 points. Back to a 1-point advantage. 9-8. Beckman has not had the lead yet in this game. Keegan, right side. Now up top, Keegan gets it back from Yeager. 1:45 and counting. This one's near. It's turned over. It's on the floor. Bogie getting rid of it. It's tapped away. Deitmeyer comes up with it, standing up, and he gets it to the left side. Keegan for a 3. Bounces off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Miller. Miller up ahead to Hilmer. Jake Slows up his dribble, left wing, D3 that time, no good. Bounces out front side, he goes and gets his rebound. Very active, and a pass to his brother, now it's going to be out of bounds. Yeager is falling out good. Heads up awareness by Tom Yeager, just scoring off the left kneecap of Jake Kilmer, goes out of bounds. Beckman basketball.
I've been really impressed so far with the defense here by Bogey for North Linn. As soon as you think Keegan's going to make a move here or there, he's got really quick hands and has been, swept the ball away from release 2 or 3 times so far.
Beckman has it. Racing past Bogey is Keegan. Left side, O'Connor. 9-8, the 1-point advantage here in favor of North Linn. 105 and counting here in this quarter number 1. This Class 2A District 5 final. Winner moves on to Cedar Gymnasium, West Delaware High School on Saturday night, 8 o'clock. After that first 1A game around 6:30 on Saturday night, Mother Nature willing, as there is a blocking call inside. Keegan drove the baseline, and not in a good defensive position was the Lynx defender, Trevor Bogey, as he picks up his first, team number 2. 51.8 to go, 9-8, North Linn advantage.
I think it'll be interesting to see what Beckman does here. If they just tried to put up a shot early or they tried to hold out, maybe at the moment here, they got to be feeling pretty good.
Left corner, pretty ball. There they go. There they go. Put it up and make it like that. As a coach, you like it. The three-pointer, the second 3 of the game for Beckman. The first lead there, but Helmer answers Jake with the basket, ties it up for a second time. The first lead came with about 35 seconds to go here in this first quarter for Beckman. All the way in. Deitmeyer off the window again. And good. 13-11 now in favor of Beckman with 10 seconds to go in this first quarter. They didn't change the points on that scoreboard. They have it to our right. There's a drive in. Helmer pass off to Miller. He's fouled in the air, and that could be a big foul. If that's on Keegan, that's 2. On Michael Keegan, as Miller go to the line. No, they called on Tom Yeager as Yeager gets the foul, and Austin Miller on the line to shoot 2. His first time at the line. He's got a bucket so far. Austin Miller, youngest brother of Nicole Miller, all-time leading scorer. It's Austin Miller, 11.9 points a game. He is a 73% free throw shooter. The first one is up and good. He'll have one more. 7 points for Jake Helmer. He's 3 away from tying Nicole Miller as the all-time leading scorer in North Linn boys and girls basketball history, looking to become the overall leader all-time in North Linn history. And it's kind of expected this year with a tremendous season for him. Came in the night with 538 points. There's no good off the left side by Helmer and Miller, and that's the way our first quarter will come to a close with the score. Beckman leading by 1. Beckman 13, North Linn 12. We're back after this from KMC Sports.
This is Phil from Gateway Appliance. We service most major brands of appliances, and we are Manchester's exclusive KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, and Amana dealer. Stop in and see us today in the Big Blue Building on West Main in Manchester, or call 563-927-3200.
Clayton Drug, a local pharmacy in Strawberry Point that you can trust. Besides their friendly service and free local delivery, they have a large selection of toys and giftware. Clayton Drug, a must-stop in Strawberry Point.
Delhi Lumber has products for every home and every budget. Delhi Lumber carries Midland doors, which are one of the best values around. You can see Midland doors today or call Delhi Lumber at 563-922-2404 for more information. Your Midland overhead door dealer, Delhi Lumber. Big town quality with small town service.
Simon's Grain and Feed wish all area athletes and coaching staff continued success in tournament play. For all your feed and grain needs, see the experts at Simon's Grain and Feed in Manchester or Hopkinton Feed and Grain, locally owned and operated.
Back in is Penich. North Linn gets the ball going right to left. He'll pull up jumper from 11 feet out. No good. And rebounded by Sean Deitmeyer off the right hand of Jake Hilmer. 13-12. Beckman has the 1-point lead after a 6-0 run started by North Linn. Here's a shot inside, but Beckman no good. Another rebound, put back Deitmeyer. He crashes to the ground. It comes back the other way. A poke away there from Luke Jenkins. Deitmeyer comes away with it. And the Blazers have it back. North Linn has not faced a team like this in a while that's just as pesky as them in transition there. They don't see this very often, Danny.
They don't see it in the Tri-Rivers, that's for sure. And as I said earlier, Beckman's adjusted now. It's much quicker, much more active, much more sure of themselves here in the half-court offense.
Nice. Look there, Luke Getkin, the assist. Was that Keegan for the right wing?
Yeah, it was a great pass, great look.
Getkin off the window and good. He gets his second field goal. He's got 5. It's 15-12, the largest lead for Beckman now at 3.
Jake Kilmer, nice little drive and dish with Jake Kilmer. That looks like Keegan got poked in the eye there as Jake was kind of trying to defend him off with his lead hand. Looks like Keegan got poked in the eye. He's going to take a seat here quick on the bench.
Kilmer got the basket, though?
Yeah, Kilmer scored the basket. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go back to the first quarter. 2 things that stuck out. Number 1 was Coach Maloney's timeout. 6-0, minute and a half into the game. Beckman came out of that timeout, responded well, kind of gathered themselves. And the other thing is, for North Linn, David Sieber has not taken a shot yet. He's a big part of their offense.
Absolutely. Good 3-point shooter there.
Yeah, he's got 56 of them, second on the team of the year. Sieber averages 15 a game, all the way into Deitmeyer. Off the window, good. Great body control there by this fella, Sean Deitmeyer. His first field goal. They can take advantage of that size advantage inside as he averages 7 points a night. Sean Deitmeyer, one of the seniors, only 2 of them on the team. Left corner 3. There's Sieber, no good. It curls out left side, rebounded by Tom Yeager. And here comes Beckman, up by 3. Ties their largest lead, 17-14, 6-10 and counting. Here's a pass right side. This is Westhoff. Now they swing it. So O'Connor thought about it, has Miller in the air. They kick it back out to Yeager. Yeager drives, it's poked away. Bogey comes up with it. Austin Kilmer gets credit for that little tip away. As they reach in foul there, frustration there, calling Tom Yeager. That'll be his second. And team foul number 5 now on Beckman, 2 on North Linn. 17-14 Blazers, 6:01 to go, second frame. Michael Keegan checks back in after taking that shot at the face a couple minutes ago as Yeager's on the bench with 2 fouls. Kilmer driving with 3 green jerseys right there. He can't get it to go, but what a rebound. Able to rebound and put it back on the right side. And now Jake Kilmer, 11 points now, the all-time leading scorer in North Linn basketball history. 17-16, 5:40 and counting here in the second quarter.
Really good effort there by Jake Kilmer to, he as soon as he hit the ground, he just leaped back up through 3 separate Beckman defenders to get that rebound. And, he's just willing his way, his team forward here right now as they're still down 1.
Number 87 rebounds coming in, 450 on his career for a guard. He's very active inside. He does miss shots in there. He fouls his shot. He delivers the old cliche, no doubt. 17-16. 1 point Beckman lead, 5:20 and counting here in the second quarter. This one's kicked out of bounds off the left fingertips of Jake Kilmer. It'll stay. Beckman basketball going left to right. 5:20 to go. First half of play. Getkin asking for help. Now he gets into the backcourt to Keegan, who will slow dribble it over the eye for Independence at half court. So Independence logo. Here's this very nice gymnasium that was built in 2013. Ball's on the floor, wrestling for it, calling for a timeout before the jump ball came. As good awareness there by Jack Westhoff, calling for the timeout. Beckman will use their second timeout, as it will be a 30-second variety. We will keep it right here with 5:06 to go, second quarter, 17-16, the 1 point Beckman lead. Now it's time for North Linn to make the adjustments. What do you look for here for the Lynx?
Well, I think you're going to see them continue to increase their pressure, and that's an example right there. Austin Kilmer, they've extended out. They're really trying to push Beckman away from the basket because they are post-oriented, and that pressure is keeping them away from getting the ball inside of the big, because that is clearly an area where they have an advantage, and that comes back to your point, Matt, earlier about the physicalness of the Walmack, and they're not used to seeing that North Linn in the Tri-Rivers.
Right, and I think that's, I think that was kind of Coach Maloney's game plan here, too. Like we just mentioned earlier, too, early in the game, Beckman had him taking the shot outside of 2 feet. I think their goal is to, North Linn extends that pressure. They try to jump the pass a lot. They're just trying to find that guy that's open on the inside. They've done it a few times. So
under 5 minutes here in the second quarter, 17-16. Beckman the 1-point lead. They led by 1 at the end of the first quarter. They've led by as much as 3. North Linn has led by 6 in this game. There's a 3 right wing. Spins around and pops out. The rebound by Jack Westhoff. And Beckman getting the balls inside now as it's a rebound there. This one knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Deitmeyer as the baseline official. We go back the other way. North Linn basketball as Westhoff will come out. Seamus O'Connor back in. He joins Keegan, Deitmeyer, Yeager, and Getkin, the 5 for the Blazers. Bogey, Cedar, Elmer, Miller, and Hilmer. Just 6 in the rotation for both teams in this fairly up and down pace. Not what North Linn is used to, so they're a little more relaxed than normal. And
they're used to being ahead by 35 at any point.
True. And it's been a track meet for a few minutes. And there's a pull-up jumper, 15-footer from the left elbow. There's Austin Hilmer, the freshman, with his first field goal of the game. And there's our third lead change. Back to a 1-point advantage, North Linn. 18-17, under 4 minutes to go, quarter number 2. Getkin has it up top, surveying right side. Yeager thought about it. Miller backs off. Yeager drives in, right elbow. He's going to get rid of it to O'Connor. O'Connor puts it on the deck. Little jumper from 6 feet out, no good on the backside. Rebounded by Seaver. And here comes the length the other way. Hilmer over the timeline, hesitation dribble all the way in off the window. And it just makes it look so easy.
He changes speed so well. The eyesight is incredible.
20-17. What a move by Deitmeyer. Just a step. A reverse pivot. Put it up, fading away. Got the contact first by Deitmeyer. The basket goes, and he's on the line for 1.
Again, that's just kind of Beckman's been their answer here. As soon as North Linn tries to pull the pressure a little bit farther, they've been looking, to get somebody underneath the hoop, and they found him here. And I'm not sure how that ball went in, but he's bucket there for Beckman.
And the free throw goes in as well for Sean Deitmeyer. He's got 5 points now, 3-20 in counting here. We're knotted up for the third time at 20, all the way in. Hilmer, no good, off the glass. Backside rebound by Yeager. And the Blazers have it. Blazers with Yeager looking for help. Gets it over to Deitmeyer. Yeager now over the timeline. Will get it back. Big crowds on hand for both teams in this big gymnasium. Still room for plenty of fans. As it's knocked away in this Class 2A District 5 final. There's a corner 3 by O'Connor, no good. Front side rebound by Hilmer. He passes ahead to Bogey. Bogey will shoot the 3 with Deitmeyer running towards him. That's off the backside. It just skimmed off the back of the rim. Backside rebound by Keegan. Up ahead. O'Connor stops, puts it up. That dances out the right side. Deitmeyer avoids the foul. Coach Hilmer wanted it. Nothing doing. The younger Coach Mike Hilmer, I should say. Offensive foul called there as Michael Keegan stood his ground and took it. We go back the other way. Jake Hilmer gets his first foul.
A really good pass there by Jake, but he just couldn't stop his body contact. And Mickles there, Keegan, he took it. Took a pretty good shot there from Jake. Good shot by him holding his ground.
Tie ball game. 2.5 to go. Here's the second quarter. I call our Beckman and North Linn sponsors here tonight. All 105 sports and tournament boosters bring you high school sports coverage in the postseason. Wrestling last week and now all basketball for the next couple of weeks. There's a pass inside as Westhoff, great move between 2 white jerseys off the window and good by Jack Westhoff. And 22-20, the 2-point lead, 2 minutes and counting. Hilmer, right elbow, sending it inside. Out driving. Oh, great pass. Nice pass indeed by Austin Hilmer. Austin Miller finishes it. His second field goal. He's got 5, 1:45 and counting here. We're knotted up. Our 4th tie of this first half at 22. There's Keegan. Gets it right side. Westhoff back up top to Yeager. Yeager surveying. Keegan up top. Keegan drives in. The little jumper in the lane from 10 feet out. Got it to go. Michael Keegan, his first field goal of the game. 3 points for them. How about that? To say he only has 3, and Beckman's up 24-22 with $1:15 to go in the second quarter.
Well, that's what it takes in the postseason is other players to step up, especially in the case maybe where Keegan's not scoring as much, but other guys are doing their job.
Well, I think the other thing is I think right now Keegan's got at least 4 or 5 good assists on the night, too, as well. He's been drawing a little bit of that defense, and he's done a really good job facilitating the offense over there without having to score, too.
24-22. Ball is knocked out of bounds like basketball. As this is Hilmer up top. Austin shake and bake the 17-footer. Got it to go. Boy, he can handle it.
Oh, yeah, he's a great player.
4.
Really special one, too.
Points for Hilmer. In the shadows of his older brother, Jake, the freshman. Here's Getkin. 50 seconds and counting. We're knotted up again. Our 5th tie at 24.
It looks like Coach Maloney going to slow him up this time down the floor, but I thought that last time too at the end of the first quarter, so we'll see what happens here.
Right side. O'Connor. Short corner, double team. Gets it right elbow. Now kicks it out. Up top, Getkin. Passing it right side. This is O'Connor. Baseline jumper. The 16-footer got it to go. Michael Keegan, his second field goal in a matter of a minute. He's got 5. Beckman by 2, 26-24. 10 seconds to go. We're in the second quarter of play. Jake Hilmer being guarded by Luke Getkin. 5 seconds. Hilmer driving, step back 3 for the lead at half. No good off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Michael Keegan. As that is the end of the first half of play. Beckman with the lead, 26-24. Try to end the winning streak and knock off number 1 North Linn. What a battle it's been. Entertaining basketball here from Independence, 26-24. Beckman, we're back after this from KMCH Sports.
This is Dr. Tim Collier from Dental Associates of Manchester. We take pride in the environment we provide our patients with a caring attitude and unsurpassed comfort. For the kind, compassionate, and competent dental care you deserve, call us at 927-GRIN. Dental Associates of Manchester, creating healthy smiles for life.
Nutrient Ag Solutions in Independence never loses sight of the American farmer, and they offer a complete line of high-performance input products. Contact Nutrient Ag Solutions in Independence to profit from their experience.
Whether you are thinking of buying or selling your home, give Homefront Realty a call. We are here to be your advisor, negotiator, and facilitator in the real estate game. Homefront Realty will save you time so you can spend your time cheering on the Hawks. Call Homefront Realty at 927-2111.
Advantage Home Medical in Monticello provides affordable, quality solutions for all your respiratory and durable medical needs in a caring environment with free delivery in a 50-mile radius. Advantage Home Medical in Monticello proudly supports all area athletes and coaches.
Jay's Auto Supercenter in Manchester has quality pre-owned vehicles, great financing options, a full-service department, body shop, and detail department. See their full line of vehicles online at jsautosales.net. That's Jay's Auto. Customer satisfaction is their #1 priority.
Jay's Auto! Edgewood Feed Mill, where improved nutrition and modern technology produce healthier food for healthier living. The Edgewood Feed Mill, your full feed and grain service and U.S. feed dealer in Edgewood.
This is Jamie Vasky from Don & Walt LLC, your independent Lennox dealer in Manchester. For residential or commercial plumbing, cooling, and heating needs and top-quality Lennox furnaces and air conditioners, see Don & Walt LLC on East Main Street, Manchester, or call 927-2232.
The Woodland Eye Clinic, providing the best in quality eye care and eyewear in the Dyersville, Elkader, West Union, and Guttenberg communities. For a lifetime of healthy vision, be sure to schedule an appointment with the friendly staff and doctors at the Woodland Eye Clinic.
Family fun and great food await you at Lightning Lanes Family Center and Captain and Tennille Sports Bar. Come out for a fun night of bowling or watch the big game on their 10-foot HD big screen. And, of course, great food and your favorite beverages. Lightning Lanes Family Center and Captain and Tennille Sports Bar, East Main Street, Manchester.
Holtz Construction in Manchester, your local contractor for all your ag construction needs. Terry and the staff at Holtz Construction support all area athletes and are here to serve you.
Farmers Savings Bank proudly supports all area athletes and their coaching staff. For all your banking needs, visit them in Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, and Aurora, or online at farmersavingsbank.com. Member FDIC.
East Buchanan Telephone has been providing outstanding customer service to local areas for over 50 years. Services include high-speed internet, DSL, wireless internet, HD video, business and residential phone service, and more. Call East Buchanan Telephone for more information.
Insurance is a contract to protect what you value most, whether you're auto, home, business, health, and even your life. People's Insurance Agency, partnering with Heritage Mutual, has been protecting your assets for years. Please call your local insurance advisors located at 1212 West Marion Street. People's Insurance Agency delivers peace of mind.
The staff at Bone Camp Murdoch Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Manchester and Clifton Murdoch Funeral Home in Earlville are proud to support all area athletes and coaching staff in tournament action. Wishing you continued success from Bone Camp Murdoch Funeral Home in Manchester and Clifton Murdoch Funeral Home in Earlville.
So welcome back into Independence. Halftime score from Maquoketa down in Jackson County tonight, 27-23. Cascade over Tipton. That winner gets this winner Saturday night in Manchester for the Sub-State 4 final. And to move on to the 2019 Boys Basketball State Tournament in Des Moines in 2 weeks. As John Swisher, Dan Cassett, Matt Weiss back with you here from Independence High School as a score check from Carver Hawkeye Arena in Iowa City. The Iowa Hawkeyes are leading Maryland 21 Hawks over number 24 Maryland 14-9. With 7.5 to go in the first half of that game at Carver Hawkeye tonight. And our guest at halftime, fine head coach of the Northland Lakes girls who punched their ticket to the state tournament last night, Brian Wheatley. As first off, congratulations to you. I know this feels a whole heck of a lot better than what you had to go through last year with Dyke New Hartford sending you home on that Monday night in Jessup last February. So this feeling much nicer, getting that 21-point victory over the Beavers of Wilton last night. Just what a tremendous effort by your girls coming out and just taking care of business and getting back to the state tournament where you guys want to be in late February, early March.
Yeah, you bet. And I can't say enough about our kids' effort last night. Both ends of the floor. Wilton had two outstanding guards. One of the Lang kid averaging 23 points a game, leading scorer in Class 2A, and the Drake girls going to Kirkwood, real nice point guard for them. And we locked those two down really well. We rotated a bunch of different kids on them, and everybody just kind of bought into their role. And I think that just gave us some confidence. We got things going defensively, and that led to some easy baskets. And offensively, we really moved the ball well. Our spacing was as good as it's been all year. We had 22 assists on 27 made field goals, which is outstanding. Just the ball movement and finding the extra person, making the extra pass. I was just really proud of the way they showed up. They didn't play tight. They didn't play scared. And they played one of our best games of the year, and couldn't be more happy for those kids to get over that feeling that we had last year. Like you said, that was pretty rough, and they came out and put that in the rearview mirror and had Wilton on their mind and came out and played a great ball game there.
Fourth time in 6 years advancing to the state tournament. As the fifth trip is North Linn, the 8th overall in school district program history, with Coggin and Walker sharing 3 trips as well. As North Linn girls basketball back to the state tournament, they will take on the number 3 seed Trainers. North Linn the 6th seed. There was a couple upsets. Cherokee, the 4th ranked team, and Panorama, the 6th rated team in the final rankings of 2A, upset as Trainer 23-1. As the Lynx at 21-1, 11:45 matchup next Wednesday morning. All the coverage here from KMCH and KMCH.com. So, Trainer, a team that you've seen down at the state tournament the last couple of years, and the very early scouting report. I'm sure you stayed up most of the night and got some film work today on your prep periods at school, of course.
Of course, yes. They've been a mainstay down there at the state tournament, and obviously, they're really, really good. Their one loss is the Bishop Heelan, a 4A team that just qualified for state. So we're going to have our hands full. Again, they got 2 really good guards. And we're in the very early stages of getting film with their team that likes to press real aggressively, run a diamond press. And, it's one of those deals that the easy ones are done with, and I think if we keep playing the way we're capable, we have a chance. And we're going to go down there on Wednesday and give it our best shot.
Yes, indeed. We'll be down there for all the coverage. And we'll look forward to seeing you and your team back at the state tournament next week at Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines. Once again, congratulations, thank you, and best of luck to the North Linn boys here haven't seen this in a while. You have to go back to the state tournament Class 1A championship game last year in that tussle against Grandview Christian. Last times they were down here, and what a battle we have here tonight in Independence.
Yeah, you bet. Beckman's a tough team, and I think we knew that coming in. They're really giving us some trouble, but we got a long game to go here, and it's hard to hold our boys down offensively for an entire night. So hopefully we can hit a run here and get things going for us.
Yes, indeed. All right, thanks.
All right, thanks, Swish.
Brian Wheatley, the head coach of the Northland Lynx here on the halftime as we get ready for the third quarter here. We take a look at some of the numbers in this one. Danny, what really sticks out to you here?
Well, the 0 percentage, the 0 for 5 from three-point range by Northland in the first half is, to me, shocking, based upon what I know about Northland and what they can do offensively and what they can do, especially from three-point range. So, obviously, credit to Beckman for doing a tremendous job defensively there. I think Beckman they have 11 turnovers, which is more than you would want. However, the turnovers in the second quarter were much more limited. Beckman adjusted to the speed of the game. Beckman did a better job of taking care of the basketball and taking advantage of their advantage in the post. The other thing that I noticed late in the first half during a timeout, with just a little bit less than a minute left, all 4 of the 5 Northland players had their hands underneath, bent over, just really gassed. And it goes back to what we talked about in the pregame with the fact that Northland really hasn't had to play many competitive quarters all season long, and they're in a competitive game right now against a team that's very physical, and it's not just as quick as they are defensively. So we'll see what they've got here in the second half. I'm sure Coach Hilmer made some adjustments, as well as Coach Maloney. Coach Maloney had a team out here with 5:50 left.
Yes, a lot of shooting.
Yeah, they got a lot of shots, and so those were a couple of statistics that stuck out to me for both teams in the first half.
Matt, what are you seeing here? What do both teams have to do in your mind?
You know, obviously, as we talked about, the key for Northland was push the pace. I think they just got to keep the pace up, and I'm kind of curious if they maybe need to pull a little bit of the full court pressure off. It's been good for them, but honestly, that's helped Beckman score a lot tonight.
Beckman has the ball going right to left to start after 28-minute first half of play. As Beckman, in the form of Getkin out top, we had 5 ties and 3 lead changes in that first half of play. Jake Kilmer leading away with 13 points. With his 11th point, he became the all-time lead scorer in Northland program history, boys and girls. Here's a hand check foul up top as Tom Yeager had the ball. As they call him the foul on Jake Kilmer, that's his second personal foul. As 5 points for Austin Miller, 2 for Carter Johnson, 4 for Austin Hilmer. For the Blazers, pretty balanced scoring. Luke Getkin, Michael Keegan have 5, 2 for Tom Yeager, 2 for Westhoff, 5 for Deitmeyer, and 3 for O'Connor. Blazers inside the right wing, back up top with it. Driving in, left side of the jumper, no good. Pinballs around, backside rebound, but Westhoff put up and good. Jack Westhoff has stepped up tonight, his second field goal there. Westhoff coming in over only 4 points a game. He has his average, and it's a 4-point lead now, 28-24, largest of the game for Beckman at this point. All the way in, Johnson with the answer off the window and good and clear lane to the hoop that time for Carter Johnson.
We have not seen that from Beckman defensively in the first half. That was a straight line drive, and that's very unusual.
28-26. They don't want to get in the habit of that, as that's what Northland's used to. As here is a pass to the left side. Keegan now up right wing. Dribbling. Up to right, up top with it is Westhoff, harassed by Kogi. Getkin has it inside the timeline. Now right side. Keegan puts it on the deck. Left side, Westhoff for a 3. No good. Too hard up the back of the rim. Frames all the way out to Seaver inside the timeline. He corrals it, and we'll get it up to Hilmer. Jake Hilmer, left-handed hip-high dribble. Upside to Carter Johnson. 28-26. 6 minutes and counting here in this third quarter. There's a 3. Shot for King David Seaver, his first 3. Getkin was right in his face. Seaver, his first points of the game, 15 points a night. His 57th 3-ball of the year, all the way in. Keegan with the answer, left hand on the right side.
But to your point, Coach White, or Miss White, you just said the press is actually hurt them, and they did there again.
Jake Hilmer all the way in, off the window on the right side. And a timeout here. Who called that, Northland?
Yeah.
As Northland, the 30-second timeout, we will keep it right here.
Yeah, Coach Elmore calling it there. I'm kind of curious what he'll do. It's like you said, Coach, too, it's kind of interesting here that, Northland has stayed in that full court press. It's obviously one of their bread and butters for the year. But tonight, I would say that Beckman has scored at least half of their points, not a few more in transition, just from being able to beat that press. So,
right, we'll see what Coach Elmer does, if he does back off on it a little bit, or maybe even move it back to three-quarter court.
Yeah, three-quarter, maybe half-court press. Because Northland's been very good in the half-court pressure. I will say that. But, they're going to stay out in here, which is a little bit interesting, but maybe they'll switch it up a little bit, too.
Well, I guess it's what they do. Absolutely. Stand or fall is what you do.
As Northland hasn't been in Class 2A since 2012. Several years in 1A, runner-up in 1A last year. Only one meeting between these two boys programs in the history of boys basketball. Little jumper right side, extends around, curls out. Keegan couldn't talk it down. Miller with the rebound. It came back on February 18th, 2010, a Class 2A second round contest at Northland. Beckman won 50-40. There's a ball knocked away. Hilmer drove. Near travel. Johnson got it, put it up and in. You thought it was more than a near travel. You thought it was one, huh?
Yeah, I think it looked like Jay took an extra step there.
And contact up top as Yeager gets tackled near the top of the key by Carter Johnson. And they whistle the foul.
It's going to be an interesting timer. 4:52 left here in the third with Northland up 3. And it looks like it has that feel kind of right now that they're about to explode, Coach. And if Beckman can't, get a couple buckets here the next few times down the floor, and Northland kind of gets this lead, and now it's 5, and then it's 7, they're going to be in some real trouble, I think.
Right. This is not a defense you want to come from behind on, and as well as I don't think there's a turnover by Beckman.
Knocked out of bounds by Hilmer.
You see that? Was that a good call?
It was hard to tell. It looked like Hilmer touched it, but I think that the Beckman player, was in there as well. It could have gone either way for me.
They keep it Beckman ball going right to left. Getkin. Extended left wing right in front of the Beckman sideline. 33-30. Northland, 4.5 to go in the third. Driving in, Yeager all the way. Kicks it out for a jumper by O'Connor. That's no good off the back of the rebound by Bogey. Here comes the Lynx. Off and running. Hilmer up the head. It's stolen away by Keegan. Good pressure by Getkin forcing that turnover. As he got right in Jake Hilmer's face. Getkin now up top to Keegan. 3-point. Lynx lead. 4-10 in counting here in the third. Up top with it is Keegan. Now a pass left side, and that's going to be way too much contact called there. You knew the foul had to be coming. Northland faithful didn't like how long it took, but O'Connor will definitely get the foul called there.
I think O'Connor did everything possible there not to commit that foul, but he just couldn't stop his body.
33-30. Northland trying to get back to the state tournament for the 4th year in a row. Beckman want to get back there for the first time since 2007 when assistant coach Dan Corey was the head coach and took his Blazers there. Here's Hilmer driving in. Great sweet pass by Hilmer. Miller turns around, no contact, put it up and good. Miller's got 3 field goals, and it's a 5-point lead just like that. 35-30, 3.5 to go. Here is Keegan getting an inbounds pass from Tom Yeager, and the Blazers have it going right to left. Right wing. Up top is O'Connor. Out pass, knocked away by Miller. Stolen away. Trying to get it to Deitmeyer. Here's Siebert. Hilmer now drives in. Nice handoff to Austin Miller. Timeout. Not going to stop the momentum, but he's going to let him play through here. 37-30 is what we're talking about. Can Beckman respond without a timeout? And timeout. 30-second timeout. Coach Maloney finally takes it. He wanted his team to be able to play through it there. But Northland with tremendous pressure, making sure they couldn't get it in bounds. And now Beckman, what they called a 30, but they're sitting, so it must have changed it. Yeah, it must change it to a fold there as a 37-30. We will take a timeout as well. 7-point Northland lead now. 2:59 to go in the third. We're back at the desk from JMCH Sports.
Steve Moyle Masonry, a family-owned commercial masonry contractor based in Manchester. Quality is what we're about. Visit us online at smoylemasonry.com.
Winthrop Locker does all custom and specialty processing and third-party labeling. Stop by the Winthrop Locker for a large selection of award-winning bacon, sausage, jerky, a variety of broad steaks, and more. Visit them online at winthroplocker.com and on Facebook.
Susie Meyer with Exit Realty has been serving the Manchester, Delhi, and surrounding areas with all their real estate needs. Call Susie Meyer with Exit Realty. She has a proven track record and is ready to work for you. Good luck in tournament action from Susie Meyer with Exit Realty.
Biofield is your headquarters for all your seed, chemical, and fertilizer needs. They have professional service and quality products needed to bring the best crop to market. Biofield, providing growth opportunity for 18 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota.
And here come the Lynx. As the Lynx, as we know them, are putting it on right now is Jake Hilmer with the steal. Drive all the way in. He's fouled. 2 points for Jake Hilmer on the line for 1. And Beckman needs answers, and they need them soon. 39-30 as Hilmer can't get it to go. Left it short, and Beckman gets the ball back here. As we have whistles inside, and going to be a foul called on the floor for the shot as driving was Seamus O'Connor. A pushing foul called on Austin Miller. His second. 39-30, 2:38 to go here in the third. Still plenty of time. No need to panic. No, not at all. For Beckman, you've got to get shots. You can't turn it over like that. Hilmer just went up and took it away before Yeager could get there. Bogey inside off the back of the window. No good. Rebounded by O'Connor.
Beckman dodged the bullet right there.
Absolutely. Let's bring it up. Is Yeager. Stops inside the right wing. Guarded by Hilmer. Kicks it to Dymeyer. 2:15 and counting, third quarter. It's 39-30 in favor of Northland all the way in. Blocked out of there by Trevor Bogey as Yeager went in. As here's Hilmer. That one's blocked. Goes off the leg of Hilmer. Good job by Luke Getche to go back the other way.
Great effort defensively to get back and take what looked to be a sure layup away from Austin Hilmer.
Austin Hilmer talking to the baseline official. 39-30. 2:06 to go here in the third quarter. As Dymeyer into the third, Cascade leading 41-35 over Tipton down to Macokota tonight. So great pass. As there's a shot put up and in. 39-32 now.
Really good job there by James Connor to get underneath the hoop, and I'm not sure who threw the assist.
Probably by Don. It was Sean Dymeyer.
Oh,
great find.
Great pass.
7-point lead. Northland, 1.5 to go. Hilmer has it, right wing. Score update from Iowa City. Hawkeyes trailing Maryland now. This ball is lost out of bounds for Northland. Beckman will have it coming back. Maryland leading the Hawkeyes 27-23. 1:28 to go in the first half of play down in Iowa City tonight. 39-32, 1:33 to go here in the third. Dymeyer gets the inbounds pass from Yeager. Dymeyer will dribble, passing it near a turnover there as Keegan has it. O'Connor left wing. Back up top to Genkin. 1:15 and counting. 7-point lead. Little jumper. Keegan can't get to go for the rebound and the putback. Nice move in the air by Tom Yeager. All one movement. Athletic play there. 39-34. 1:05 to go. Third frame.
Really good answer here from Beckman to pull back within their down 9. All of a sudden it's 5. See if Northland, what kind of answer they have here.
Pass inside, bodying up. Dymeyer, offensive foul. He lowered the shoulder. They say Austin Miller will get called for his third foul, and we go back the other way.
I think that's a good call. Either that or they had to call him for a travel. I thought he went up. I actually thought he traveled, but
lowered that shoulder.
That's probably a pretty bigger break there for Beckman. Yeah, it's third foul on him, and obviously Miller, a big piece of the puzzle here for Northland.
The point of emphasis going into the defender as the offensive player initiating that contact. It's a 5-second call as Yeager can't get it in time. And a 5-second violation gives the Lynx the ball back right underneath their own hoop. Baseline inbound, 39-34, 56.3 to go here in this third quarter of play.
Coach Maloney unable to really burn a timeout there because they've got 2 left.
As Johnson has it up top, 39-34, 50 seconds of counting. Hilmer now getting his hands inside the top of the timeline there. Guarded by Yeager. Spin around move. He's dead with it. Passes it out to Johnson. Now Hilmer gets it back. 35 seconds of counting. 5-point advantage here. Al Hilmer behind the back, dribble all the way in, up, and no good off the left side. It's lost out of bounds. Basketball last touch by Beckman.
I don't agree with that at all. There was definitely, Beckman was in there, but North Linn player came and definitely tipped it out there.
Let's see if that matters there. If North Linn takes advantage of that call.
Baseline inbounds. Hilmer gets it out to Miller. 25 seconds to counting. 39-34 North Linn. This entertaining game. Class 2A District 5 final. Battle of 2 very good 2A teams. Number 1 in the state, North Linn at 21-0. Beckman at 16-5. 10 seconds and counting. Hilmer brought it up top by Yeager. Gonna drive all the way in. Step over move. Might have got away with an extra step there as he did it quickly off the window and good. The half quarter no good at the buzzer. Jake Hilmer ends his third quarter with a field goal and a 7-point lead for North Linn.
That's a huge bucket there for take momentum into the fourth quarter. And I did think it was just a good Euro step move. I didn't think he traveled, but
41-34 North Linn. To the fourth quarter we go. This is Area Boys Basketball from KMCH Sports.
C&J Dirt Works in Delaware is here to help you with your tile work, new construction, rock hauling, and more. Contact Chad at C&J Dirt Works to help you with your spring and summer projects, offering free estimates.
The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and the Dyersville Commercial recognize the hard work and dedication of all area athletes. Check out the weekly sports section in the commercial for scores and information. The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and Dyersville Commercial, supporting your communities.
Community Insurance in Edgewood is proud to support all area athletes and wish them the best of luck in tournament action for all of your auto, farm, business, and home insurance. Community Insurance in Edgewood, cheering you on to victory.
For fan food, not fast food, visit your after-the-game headquarters, Manchester Dairy Queen. It's quick, it's easy, your family will love it. Manchester Dairy Queen.
North Linn has the ball going left to right. Here in this fourth quarter, 7:40 and counting here. An offensive foul called there. Austin Miller, as Sean Dymeyer stood there in the middle of the lane, took the offensive foul. As Austin Miller will pick up his fourth foul there. That's big. 7:43 to go. Josh Smith will come in for the first time after the next whistle. As Beckman comes back with the Keegan. Little stop, pop, no good off the backside. Rebounded by Miller. 7.5 to go. 41-34. North Linn. A 7-point advantage. They outscored Beckman 17-8 in that third quarter after Beckman had the 2-point lead at halftime. 41-34, 7:20 and counting here in quarter three. There's contact. Yep, automatic foul there. Jumped and right into him as Hilmer going up. That's Tommy Yeager picking up his third foul. Hilmer will be on the line to shoot 2. He's one of 3, which is very rare for Jake Hilmer from the line here so far tonight. As Hilmer, 90% free throw shooter. Just again, first one is up and no good. How about that?
I've seen at any given time 3 or 4 North Linn players bent over with both hands on their knees. That they're just not used to this pace and having to play into the fourth quarter.
We talked about it. I haven't seen this since last year in the Class 1A championship game against Grandview Christian, who won that contest. The second one is good by Hilmer. And David Seaver will come back in.
Looks like Seaver had a little bit of either a shoe problem or maybe his ankle retaped or something there. He hasn't been a huge factor offensively for the Lynx, but he has been playing some really good defense tonight.
42-34, 7 minutes to count. Knocked away by aggressive Austin Hilmer from Dykemeyer. He's off and running. Had numbers 3-on-1. Seaver with the hesitation, pump that there. Got Dykemeyer in hand and finish it on the left side. as North Linn, a 10-point lead now. All of a sudden, their largest of the game at 44-34. 6:50 and counting. This one goes off the hands of Yeager. North Linn basketball, and here again, Beckman needs answers quickly so this one doesn't get out of hand.
Yeah, last couple times up and down the floor, that has played absolutely into North Linn's favor. It's what they want to do. They want to get the ball off the floor. Austin Hilmer, what they're really good about is they've got 5 guys generally out there at all times that can handle the ball. The guy making the steal is the guy that leads the break. And so that gives them a lot of extra opportunities for North Linn.
6:35 and counting here in the fourth, 44-34. Coach Maloney barking out what play they're going to run. They're running a set play. Gilmer, right side. Nice pass inside. Johnson off the window. Good. They knew it was coming. They practiced it and still couldn't stop it as North Linn executed it to perfection. Johnson gets the layup. 46-34. 12-point lead now, the largest for North Linn.
It would have been very difficult for me to not call a timeout at that point. Coach Maloney's sticking to his letting his kids play through it. But those timeouts may not mean anything later.
Pass left side, O'Connor. Yeager, big three. If he can go, it does. Way to step up. Tommy Yeager with the 3-ball. And Beckman has life, down by 9, 46-37. Back to single digits with 5:56 to go, fourth quarter. A full timeout here. We're back after this from KMCH Sports.
Nutrient Ag Solutions in Winthrop, the world's largest provider of crop inputs and services. Contact Nutrient Ag Solutions in Winthrop to profit from their experience.
It's no secret that people come to Fairway in Manchester for their famous meats, but as you dash back to the counter to pick up your USDA choice ribeyes, don't be surprised if you find yourself lingering among the delicious fruits and vegetables in the produce department. Shop Fairway in Manchester for low prices and all your grocery needs.
Himes Awards provides high-quality awards and custom laser engraving for any occasion. Himes Awards, located inside the Pro Shop of Lightning Lanes in Manchester. Stop in or go to himesawards.com.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents like me, Julie Smith, can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, I can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. For all your insurance needs, call on a winning team. The Julie Smith State Farm Agency in Manchester.
Back into Independence High School Gymnasium, 46-37 North Linn, trying to get back to a sub-state game. 5:40 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Hilmer has it, right side. Out driving all the way in. Body contact call on the right side of the lane. Double whistle. And they call it on Deitmeyer. So one timeout remaining for Beckman, down by 9, 5:36 to go here in the fourth. Baseline inbounds, Hilmer will get it right back from Bogey, and he'll dribble it up top. Started by Yeager, now he'll race to the center of the floor, kicks out, Seaver for a three, no good, bounces off. Johnson just avoids the foul there as Deitmeyer snags it away. 5:10 and counting here in the fourth. Getkin over the timeline. Chest high pass to Keegan. Now Yeager has it. Dribbling up top. Right-handed, thigh-high dribble. Behind the back, little jumper. 12 feet out, no good. Rebound by Johnson. Here come the Lynx.
Good look right there. Just couldn't get the shot to fall.
46-37. Under 5 to play here in the ballgame. Hilmer all the way in. Spins around and goes on down. Jake Hilmer with another field goal and a timeout for Coach Hilmer. 22 points on the night. Coach Mike Hilmer will take a timeout, and a 30-second timeout will keep it right here. 48-37, back to double digits at 11. The largest has been 12 here as Beckman, again, got to have something quickly happen in their favor. Down by 11.
Yeah, Jake Hilmer, really, smart heads-up play there by him. He slowed the ball down, walked it up most of the way. Beckman kind of dropped their defense a little bit when they saw him walking the ball up. All of a sudden, he gets past the timeline, and he just turns on the jets right to the hoop. Really good play by him.
North Linn get back to state tournament for their third year in a row. I misspoke earlier. So we're semifinalists 2 years ago and 1A in 2017. Last year in that championship game, lost to Grandview Christian. And Northland, the 11-point lead right now. Sub-state final appearance awaits Saturday night at 8 o'clock against the winner of Cascade. And Tipton. Cascade was leading at the end of the third quarter, 41-35. 4.5 to go here in this one. The 11-point advantage. Beckman get it right side of Yeager. Beckman going down in the slowdown mode here, trying to get good looks. And it's all the way in, and got it. Seamus O'Connor gets it back to single digits. And it's 48-39 on O'Connor's third field goal of the game.
Great job by Sean Deitmeyer there, creating the angle.
That's right side. Hilmer back up top. Sieber. Now to Hilmer. 48-39. 3:50 and counting. That's going to be a turnover. Sieber tried to save it on the far side. Hilmer could not get to it. And Beckman will come back with it. 3:54 to go. 48-39.
You know, really interesting. Again, we kind of mentioned this earlier. David Sieber, he hasn't had a huge night offensively. He's got 5 points at the moment. He has been face guarding Getkin almost the entire game, and is just he's been a real spark for the Northland defense here in the second half. Again, kind of one of those things that goes unnoticed in the stat book, but he's definitely helped them create some pressure on the outside.
Sieber, one of the top talented offensive players. This one's knocked away by Hilmer as Keegan was trying to pass it right side. Ooh, it's close to being goaltending. Nothing called. As Northland will reset it here. As they say, it wasn't close enough in the cylinder. And as the backboard was hit by Michael Keegan, Hilmer kicks it out. They wanted to travel there. Nothing doing. As Northland has it. 3:10 and counting. I thought he kept it that time. 48-39. Hilmer drives in.
You're going to see a showcase of ball skills here the last 3 minutes.
Absolutely.
There's a blocking foul inside. Jake Hilmer tripped up near the right block. As they call the foul on the big fella, Sean Deitmeyer. As Deitmeyer picks up his third foul. You talk about David Sieber, he has some accolades behind his name as holds the Northland record for three-pointers made in a season with 261. Tied for 18th all-time with those threes made, 261. Tied with the Hawkeyes' Jordan Bohannon. Played at Linn, of course. 48-39, 2:50 and counting here in the fourth. As Hilmer drives in inside the free throw line. Back out to Miller. Score update from Maquoketa. Cascade leading by 11, 50-39, 1:28 to go. In that ball game down in Jackson County tonight, as the Cougars trying to get back to a sub-state game. And it's looking like they will avoid Beckman this year.
I don't know if that's what they wanted necessarily.
To get Northland, exactly. You read my mind of where I was going. A year that you can avoid Beckman, but the number one team, Northland, is probably waiting for you here, unless Beckman can pull off a heck of a comeback here, down by 11 with 2.5 to go. As Hilmer dribbles all the way in, finger roll, got it to go. Man, so pretty. Looks like a young Dan Kesson in Central Cater High School back in the day, right?
No.
I thought I saw a film somewhere. Maybe a Matt Weiss at East Central High School in 98. There's no comment on that one. There's a pass left side. Keegan for a three. No good off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Westhoff. He goes strong. Puts it up. That's no good. Miller going to knock it out of bounds. So stay back to basketball. Going right to left. 50-39, 11-point lead again here for the Lakes. 1:56 to go. Quarter number 4.
For the record, Twitch, I probably would have finished with slam. So.
Oh, yes. Right. I didn't see that on any highlights from the Raiders in the late 90s. The green and white Raiders. Green and gold, baby. Green and gold and white. There's a pass, a shot inside by Deitmeyer. It's deflected away to the top of the key. No good off the back of the rim by O'Connor, but a foul called. Keegan gets a rebound on his Miller. Going to foul out. 5 fouls for Austin Miller as he has himself 9 points in this game. And it's Austin Miller, 6-foot junior, will be done for tonight. Looks like his team's going to give him at least one more game Saturday night in the sub-state final in Manchester at 8 o'clock. For scheduled start time, 50-39, 1 minute and a half to go here in the fourth quarter. 11-point Northland lead.
Beckman, you got to get your shots up here. There we go.
There's a left wing three, no good by Yeager. Rebounded by O'Connor, but grabbed onto from behind on the run with Shea Kilmer. He can't believe it, but his third foul definitely was some contact there going for that ball. And on the line will be Seamus O'Connor.
I'm a little bit surprised that we haven't, and even though it's not his game, that we haven't seen Keegan, a little bit more in the post and tried to get the ball into him with that length that he's got.
He's had some looks in the paint, but you're right. They really haven't gotten him down there and taken advantage of the mismatch.
One spins around and pops out as the 1-1. Northland comes back with it. Helmer, right side. Johnson, handoff to Helmer. Closest game for Northland was 24. They beat Appleton Parkersburg 83-59 back on January 29th. It's that Floyd Wells Fargo shootout at the U.S. Cell Center. And so this one's at 11 right now with 1:08 to go, and a foul called there, a blocking foul called on Seamus O'Connor. He'll pick up his second. It's 1:08 to go here. Back on the line is Jake Kilmer. Jake Kilmer has missed 3 free throws, 2 of 5 tonight. They're a 90% free throw shooter. Goes to the line now, and no good off the back of the rim. Goes and chases it down before out of bounds. He thought he called a timeout, but he had touched the baseline there just barely.
He knew he touched the baseline. I was trying to call it timeout. Oh, yeah. Just savviness right there.
The fact that he had the awareness to call the timeout is fantastic. Shows, just the mind he's got on him.
1:03 and counting here. Driving in, Yeager puts up, got it to go. And Coach Maloney thought he called the timeout. The official wasn't sure if he wanted it or not. He will take his final timeout of the game. On the basket there by Tommy Yeager as it gets Beckman back to single digits at 9, 50-41 with 55 seconds to go. Short timeout. We'll take it with him. Back into this from KMCH Sports.
Beck's, the largest family-owned retail seed company in the U.S., is dedicated to the needs and profitability of farmers. With access to the most diverse genetic and trait offerings in the world, Beck's provides farmers with the right products for their farm. Place a Beck's seed order. Contact your local seed dealers, John McMillan in Aurora, Adam Reth in Manchester, and Russ Funke in Dyersville.
J&D Catering and Suites in New Vienna provides exceptional handcrafted food, whether a cocktail buffet, formal dinner, or a themed event. Let Diane and her staff create a customized menu sure to wow your guests. They offer an extensive specialty cupcake and cake menu. Call or check them out on Facebook. Let J&D Catering and Suites set your next special event above the rest.
Looking for a place to gather with family and friends? Your look is over. Gather your family and friends and head to the Hillside Sports Bar and Grill. Join them for some great food and sports before, during, or after the game. Best of luck from everyone at Hillside Sports Bar and Grill in Monticello.
Welcome back into Independence High School. Jake Kilmer drives, gets fouled. He'll go back to the line to shoot. So one of the bonus still coming for Hiller as Northland leading 50-41. 50 seconds to go in this game. Final from Cascade Class 2A District number 6 final. The Cougars beat Tipton tonight. 53-41, the final. So Cascade advances back to a sub-state final. And they await the winner of this one, which appears to be Northland, as 2 free throws good for Jake Kilmer, and the lead back to 11. 52-41, 45 seconds and counting. Here in this quick-moving contest, an hour and 10 minutes right now. There's a pass for the right wing, driving. Genkin, pull-up jumper from 12 feet out. Got it to go. Made it look smooth there. Luke Genkin. It's only his second field goal in the second half. He's got 7 points. 30 seconds to counting. Foul called there as Austin Kilmer will go to the line for his first time tonight to shoot 1 in the bonus. Austin Kilmer, a 61% free throw shooter. Still 1 in the bonus. As coming in will be Mason White here. a 5'11 sophomore. We saw him last Thursday night at North Linn High School. He came into the injured Tom Yeager, but Tom sprained that right ankle.
So if I'm Coach Helmer here, I'm getting Jake out of this ball game 30 seconds ago. It looks like they've got this in tow, but I don't think Mike's that kind of guy either, though. He's going to go down with his best, obviously, all the time and, finish the game up with him. But if I had the best player or one of the best players in the state, I think I'd be making sure I had them healthy as can be.
Elmer makes the first one, and the second one is up and good. 2 free throws there. 27 seconds to go here, and too much contact by Jake Elmer.
There's a father-son moment right there.
4 fouls on Helmer, and Coach Helmer is saying, get away from him. No need to foul there, I think is what he's saying.
I'm sure it was, because if that was the case, there was no reason for that.
Well, absolutely, and he tried to make it. It was right in front of the scorer's table there, and well, it's right in front of Dad. That probably didn't help any either.
Yeah. 54-43. But Grandpa's right there, too, saying, it's all right. We're up by 11. There's a missed free throw. Bogey gets the rebound. Austin Helmer quickly fouled. The free throw parade on the North Linn side continues here. 54-43, 24 seconds to go. So it'll be North Linn and Cascade on Saturday night, 8 o'clock, inside Seedorf Gymnasium at West Delaware High School. We'll look forward to the coverage of that one, as a Class 1A sub-state final will take place at 6:30. Edco season came to a close tonight. Easton Valley took down the Vikings 64-40.
As Austin Helmer gets ready to shoot his second free throw here, he's obviously, misses that one, but obviously he's the one that's overlooked a little bit when it comes to the Helmer brothers at the moment, but he has done a ton of really good things here tonight. I know Coach Castle, you mentioned earlier, he's a really good player, and he's going to, as soon as Jake's gone next year, he's going to be the star of the team. And
he'll blaze his own trail. He'll make his own way.
Absolutely. Like I said, he's his name set up for the really rest of the game. Absolutely.
And the final seconds flick off the top. The clock here, 55-43, going to be our final, as North Linn improves on with a 12-point victory. North Linn 55, Beckman 43. The Lynx improved their record to 22-0, 4-0 in non-conference play. Beckman at 16-6 in their season, 4-1 in non-conference affairs. As this one in the books at an hour and 14 minutes here tonight from Independence High School. Our post game will start next. Back after this from JMC Sports.
Hi, this is Chris Henry, Service Manager at Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader. Our goal is to make your car buying experience the best possible, and our factory-certified technicians are dedicated to you and your vehicles. Stop in and see us at Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader, or visit us online at 4browns.com. Your hometown dealer, wherever your hometown may be.
Ellis Implement and Outdoor LLC in Coggan is the go-to spot for all of your farm equipment and servicing needs. A servicing dealer for farm and outdoor power consumer lines such as Bad Boy Power Mowers, Bush Hog, Woods, Dixon, Kohler engines, Big Dog mowers, and more. Ellis Implement and Outdoor LLC in Coggan wishes the best of luck to all area athletes.
At Three Rivers, our customers come first. Your business is very important to us. Our goal is to provide you with the best products and service that you have come to expect from Three Rivers. Visit our website at threeriversfs.com or the location nearest you. Three Rivers, your partner in growth solutions.
Moyle Rental Services has the equipment you need to get your jobs done, from skid loaders to high-reach forklifts, man lifts, and more. Stop by and speak with Jason at Moyle Rental Services on Rocky Ridge Road in Manchester.
You expect big hits on the field, but not on the road. So when the unexpected happens, call Krager Body Shop in Dyersville. They specialize in major and minor collision repair and frame straightening. For all of your auto body work, see Krager Body Shop in Dyersville.
Come to the Palace Saloon in Dyersville for great food, cold beverages, and friendly atmosphere while cheering on your favorite teams. The Palace Saloon in Dyersville wishes everyone in tournament action the best of luck. Go teams.
Citizen State Bank, your locally owned, community-minded, and customer-oriented bank, is here to serve you. Choose one of their 7 convenient locations in Winthrop, Monticello, Manchester, Ryan, Strawberry Point, Hopkinton, and New Vienna. Citizen State Bank, community banking with people you know, member FDIC.
Wolf Cool Electric, your full-service electrical contractor with a wide range of services for residential, commercial, agricultural, and sales, installation, and service of solar and wind energy systems. Contact Wolfco Electric in Delhi today for a free estimate.
Put a little south in your mouth at Rockin' 5K Barbecue Shack in Manchester. You can't go wrong with any of their melt-in-your-mouth menu options. Dine in or call ahead for carry-out. Book them today to cater your next event. Rockin' 5K Barbecue Shack in Manchester.
Rivers Edge Construction wishes all the area athletes the best of luck in tournament action. If construction plans are in your future, call Lyle Palmer at 563-920-0046. Rivers Edge Construction can help you with your residential and commercial new construction and remodeling plans. Call Rivers Edge Construction in Manchester today.
This is Jamie Vaskey, the voice of the West Delaware Hawks, and I've had the chance to review the Good Neighbor Society's playbook, and I got to tell you, they are friends in your neighborhood, designing plays to get you home fast. If you need help getting back in the game, contact the Good Neighbor Society Rehab to Home team at 563-927-3907.
Angela Weinkoff with Wapsie Insurance Services and Anamosa wish all area athletes the best of luck in tournament play. Just like the area coaches, Wapsie Insurance Services can come up with a plan for you.
The Edgewood Reminder is proud to support all the area teams in athletic action and appreciates their efforts in the classroom and during sports. Check out all the sports photos in each week's issue of the Edgewood Reminder.
Anyone can win a game, but it takes a lot more to be a champion. It takes hard work, dedication, and teamwork. That's what the athletes and teams of the area bring to every game, and it's what Champion Seed does as well with its all-star dealer team. Don't just play to win. Plant champion. Finish stronger.
TriVet Associates is a mixed animal veterinary clinic with offices in Farley, Dyersville, and Holy Cross. Our 8 doctors serve the Dubuque, Manchester, Guttenberg, and Cascade areas and provide veterinary services to both large and small animals. For more information, find us on Facebook or visit our website, trivetinc.com.
John Swisher back with you, along with Dan Cassis from Independence High School as the postgame here. North Linn gets the victory back to a sub-state final as they'll meet Cascade. The Cougars got the 53-41 win tonight down in Maquoketa as North Linn 55-43 the victory here tonight. We haven't had a close, hard-fought game like this in a while. We go back to a consistent game like this. We go back to the state tournament in that final, or maybe the semifinal, and the final last year, but competitive right off the bat. He had an early lead of 6-0, but then Beckman made some changes, came right back, and it was back and forth, and trailed by 2 for the first time in a while at halftime there, 26-24.
Yeah, you know, we talked about with the boys before the game, it'd be a game of adjustments. There's going to be runs, and man, our first run should have been 6-8 more points. We missed some easy buckets and had some breakdowns, but Beckman, in every film I've watched that they've got behind, they've come right back. I thought we made a great adjustment at halftime. We decided that we were going to make 3 and 11, have to work to touch the basketball, and we're going to make the other guys beat us. Can't say enough about Dave Sieber. He's struggling with his feet. He's got some stuff on the bottom of his feet. I can't really describe it, but it makes you want to throw up. And then Trevor Bogey did an outstanding job on number 11. So we shut down 2 really good players in the second half, and I think that was the difference in the game. And, you know, one thing I'm really proud of, people say, oh, you know, it's always tempo, it's always tempo. Well, that might be true. But we showed tonight we can play at a different tempo, too. We can play half-court defense. We can alter our full-court defense to slow things down a little bit. And I think they had, 17 points in the second half. That's a pretty darn good job when the tempo wasn't in our favor.
Absolutely. As a great effort by your kids. You went on that spurt, that 17-8 run after being down by 2 at halftime. And you picked it up. You're playing your game, but just taking advantage of what their defense was giving you there.
Yeah, you know, honestly, Jake created a lot in that first half, and we went to some plays in the second half. We actually did a 3-pointer on a play we called, and then we got a layup on another one where they handed off to Jake, and those were big baskets at the time to give us like a 6 to 7 point lead. And once we got it to 10, then all of a sudden you're a tempo team wondering, should we slow her down, or what do you do? So it was a tough decision, and I think it was one of us wanted to, one of us didn't, and one of us wasn't really sure. So it didn't really matter which coach was speaking up. But our kids did a good job. They converted when they needed to, and you know, I can't say enough about our defense in the second half. And I'd like to know what the rebounding margin was in the second half. I thought, other than that one possession where we gave them about 8 in a row, I thought we rebounded really well in the second half. Well, I thought that was a tremendous coaching move on your part to let Jake Hilmer have the basketball late there. I thought, and we were up here commenting on what a great job of coaching you were doing by allowing Jake to handle create the tempo and showcase his ball skills the way he.
Yeah, it was a tough decision. We were talking before the game what we were going to try to do and who we were going to put at the point, and we decided to go with Jake again. So worked out pretty well.
And that's why you're Mike Hilmer and you're our coach of the year here. Hey, I had one quick thing I wanted to bring up here though for you. This game was important for you, tempo and such, but you had to play 4 quarters. When's the last time you played 4 competitive quarters? Because I noticed late in the second quarter, at a timeout on the floor, 4 of your 5 kids, including Jake, had hands on knees. They were tired because you haven't been pushed. Normally at halftime, you're up by 35.
That's a great question, and one of the things I always say to our kids, I said, look, with all these snow days and stuff, we're going to be tired because we're not used to being able to condition and practice like we're used to being able to condition. We don't play 4 quarters ever, and again, we can't play 4 quarters because everybody accuses us of, running up the score and things like that. So we try to find ways to play at least a full 3 quarters. And honestly, most of those 3 quarters, we're not playing our tempo of game. We have to go to a half-court defense. But what we kept preaching is, if we're tired, they're going to be tired because we're used to this tempo for 3 or 4 years. Right. And we know we've missed a lot of practices, but so have they. They don't go very deep on their bench. We don't go very deep on our bench tonight either. So we just figured 2 tired teams advantage us.
Well, and this is better than any practice conditioning you could possibly get by being able to go 4 quarters. Now, moving forward into a sub-state game and then potentially a state tournament.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I think sometimes, too, just getting that first one, now they've played tired, it'll be easier the next time around on Saturday. So, hopefully it's just one of those deals. We moved up a class, and we really wanted to prove. We get tired of hearing about the Tri-Rivers Conference and this and that. Well, we got 3 girls teams through and almost a 4th in the Tri-Rivers Conference and state tournament. And we've got a good shot of getting 2 or 3 of our we're going to have 2 or 3 in a sub-state game at least for the Tri-Rivers. So, yeah, sometimes there's some lopsided scores in our conference. So there's some good teams in our conference.
Good teams
and there's some teams in the middle that are pretty darn good as well.
Absolutely.
You talked about tempo. You go from tonight to a Saturday where a team will want to slow you down even more. The Class 2A defending champions, the Cougars of Cascade, with Coach Brindle and company. As you know them, haven't played them, I don't think, a regular season for a little bit here, but have you scrimmaged? I know you've seen them in person, of course, at the state tournament and here and there, but Cascade, when's the last time you faced them?
Well, we did scrimmage them after we both made state last year, but, a scrimmage is so much different than a real game because you don't have a couple days to prepare, and you're just kind of coming in the morning, and it's, sometimes the kids are ready to go, sometimes they aren't. So you don't put a lot of stock in that. But, it's going to be the same type of thing. Brindle and I were emailing each other back and forth today, and we were hoping we could both play each other. And he's like, well, we'll try to keep our scoreboard from turning 100. And I said, well, we'll try to get ours up to 30. So it's one of those deals where he wants us to have 29 and them 31, and we want us to have 101 and him 99. So it'll be just like tonight. Both teams will be trying to establish tempo, and just have to see what happens and try to make adjustments as it goes.
Absolutely. Back to a sub-state final. I know you like to hear that. Getting back there and trying to get to the state tournament for the 3rd year in a row.
That would be nice. We got a lot of work to do to get there.
Yes, indeed. All right, congrats on the win tonight. We'll see you on Saturday night in Manchester.
All right, thank you, guys.
You betcha. Mike Hilmer, the fine head coach of the Northland Lynx, here on the post game here as the Lynx get the win tonight, 55-43 over the Beckman Blazers, who end their season at 16-6, I should say, and 4-1 in non-conference play. We take a look at the numbers tonight. Jake Hilmer, who became the all-time leading scorer in both boys and girls basketball in the history of Northland, passing Nicole Miller, as Miller had 22.07, the senior now at Drake University in Des Moines. Hilmer, I should say, into the game with 26 points. 9 points for Nicole Miller's brother, Austin. The junior had 9, 8 for Carter Johnson, 7 for Austin Hilmer, 5 for David Sieber. As Beckman led by Tom Yeager with 9, coming off that minor sprain ankle injury last Thursday night. 7 points apiece for Luke Genkin, Michael Keegan, Seamus O'Connor, 5 for Sean Deidmeyer and Jack Westhoff. As 55-43, Northland just did a tremendous job. Michael Keegan not able to get going. Only 2 points in that second half. And Beckman's offense, as much as they tried to slow down tempo and do things differently against North Linn, had their chances at times, some missed shots inside, but could never get the offense going the way they wanted to, and that's credit to North Lynn's just pesky and aggressive defense.
You're right. Beckman did have some opportunities, excuse me, but because of North Lynn's quickness defensively, they made it difficult to score. And when you're in a situation like that, like Beckman is, and you've got an opportunity to score against a team the caliber of North Linn, you've got to convert those good looks at the basket. And I know you can't get every one, but you got to get as close to as many as you can, and you got to make your free throws. But there's just a couple other little things that I point out here on Beckman's side. I thought they had a great game plan. I thought their kids executed it very well in the first half. I thought in the second half they got away maybe a little bit from their patience offensively, and North Linn got out on a little run. I think they moved. Advanced the score to 39-30, and to Beckman's credit, they got back into it. But I really felt like that was a turning point there, where Beckman got out of their game plan offensively and allowed North Linn to take a lead. The other thing that stuck out to me was David Sieber. Matt made mention of him in both halves about how what a good job he was doing defensively, and I think he might have been the MVP of the game, even though he only scored 5 points. Jake Hilmer's going to do what Jake Hilmer does. You're going to get what you did, 28 points, command the floor, distribute the basketball. But Sieber, to his credit, took Gedkin completely out of the game for Beckman, and he didn't force any shots. He wasn't selfish. He didn't have to get his. I think he took 3 shots on the night, and you've got all those gaudy statistics that he has going into this game and what he's done over his career. But he didn't care. He just locked in defensively. He accepted what he had to do, and I think you can dominate a game and still score 5 points.
And then to find out that he has a nasty foot injury,
yeah, on top of it,
to his head coach. I'm glad he didn't come up here for the post game because we don't want to see it either.
No, exactly.
Keep that in the locker room. Is good luck to David getting over that health issue there. But yeah, what a gutsy effort it was for him, and this North Linn team stepped up. And as Coach Mike Kilmer just says, coaches are, the players are tired of hearing about the 1A, 2A comparison. They're good no matter what class they're in, no matter what conference they're in, and they're out to prove it. And they've got that target on their back. It's the #1 team right now, and next in line to try to take them down at Cascade on Saturday night at 8 o'clock inside Seedorf Gymnasium. So another chess match of who can control the tempo, who can do what they want to do, and it just comes down to taking care of the ball and making shots. Again, is what we intro this game with tonight. It's simple when you look at it.
It is, but obviously simple for us to sit here and talk about it. But that's going to be the key for Cascade, is they're going to have to weather that pressure and not turn it over. And again, to Beckman's credit tonight. And I give Coach Maloney credit. I mentioned that timeout he took about a minute and a half into the game when they fell behind 6-0. That might be something else that Coach Brindle has to do as well, is take an early timeout, settle his team down. And who knows? It may come out the opposite way. Cascade may come out and take a 6 or 8 point lead early. They're very capable of doing that. Obviously, to a defending state champions, they've been there before. So it's going to be a great matchup. And like Coach Hilmer was talking about in his post game here, they want to try to score 100, and Cascade wants to keep it at 30. So it's two contrasting styles of play. Both teams rooted in good defense, though, and any team that's playing at this point in the season, still, it starts with defense. I don't care how many points you score. You've got to be able to defend, especially when the bullets are flying, and rebound, and both these teams can do that. So it's going to be a great matchup on Saturday night, and I'm really looking forward to it.
We are hoping Mother Nature allows us to have that on Saturday night, as another impending snow and ice storm lurking after we get through this next one coming up in the next 24 hours. As this game started out on a 6-0 run by North Linn. Beckman led at the end of the first quarter, though, 13-12. And then Beckman outscored the Lynx 13-12 in that second quarter for a 26-24 halftime lead. North Linn came out guns a-blazing in the third quarter, 17-8 for a 41-34 fourth quarter score. As 14-9, North Linn outscored Beckman in that fourth quarter. They outscored them 31-17 total in the second half for the 55-43 win as Northland moves on, undefeated, 22-0, the number one team in Class 2A. So we take a look at some more numbers here, our final stats, as Northland shot 71% from the field on the night, 22 of 31. Three-point range are 1 of 7 for 14%. For the free throw line, 8 of 16 for 50%. Rebounds unofficially went in Beckman's favor, 22-16. It was turnovers. Also, Beckman had the advantage there, unfortunately for them, 20-12. Shooting for the Blazers, 55%, 16 of 29, 30%, 3 of 10. From three-point range, 2 of 6, 33% for free throw percentage for Beckman. For the Blazers, they say goodbye to two seniors, as Seamus O'Connor, the 6-foot guard, and Sean Dietmeyer, the 6'4" senior, as you like to only have a couple seniors, but those are a big part of this roster this year. Sean Dietmeyer had 5 points, but he's a big post presence inside, did a lot defensively and offensively. And then Seamus O'Connor, he's one of those sub-7 points total tonight, and he does a little bit of everything. Just tremendous athlete on the state championship baseball team a couple of years ago as well for Beckman. So you hate to lose a couple of guys all like that, one starter, and then your 6-man off the bench. But Coach Maloney and company, Coach Corey, they will regroup and reload and be back here as their postseason prowess the last several years has been good. Denied a trip to the sub-state appearance this year.
Yeah, you hate to lose seniors anytime, but and these two are quality seniors for Beckman. But Coach Maloney's got to be excited about the future as well with this nucleus that he has returning, and I'm sure they're going to be going to work for next season right away.
And we'll bring on Coach Mike Maloney of the Beckman Blazers here, as Coach Maloney wrapping up his second season here tonight on the road at Independence with a 55-43 win for North Linn. And right off the bat, North Linn forcing their will, getting off to a 6-0 run, but then adjustments, a timeout there, a little reminder of what the game plan was, and executing that, and what a spurt it was of your team. You got to be happy the way they responded after timeout early in the game.
Yeah, there's no moral victories in basketball. The end of the scoreboard is what the end of the scoreboard is, but you got to give credit to our guys, keeping their head, knowing that they could play with North Linn. We knew we had a tough matchup for them, something they had never seen since last year for sure, down at the state tournament most likely. So we instilled a game plan. We knew we could execute against them. We know they want to score the ball. We wanted to make them play defense and good shots, and we did that for a lot of stretches, and it looked really, really pretty at times. It had them kind of scrambling at times and even had them a little tired in the first half. But, you got to tribute my guys, our conference, our coaches, across the board, the fans. It was great all season long, the effort, the energy. We went from last in the WAMAC in defense for like 4 years in a row to one of the best defensive teams, and I think we were either first or second on the east side on defense this year. So we had to come out and play our style of basketball, and that's what this has been. It had to have reminded you guys a lot like a WAMAC game, despite all the traps running around.
Yeah, absolutely. As 55 points, the lowest by far. The next closest lowest that they've scored this year for North Linn has been 78 points. So
I got a feeling I'm going to have a lot of people sending me emails.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. As what an effort it was here tonight. Offensively, too many turnovers than you like, but that's what North Linn does for people.
Exactly. Our average is around 11-12, and that's where we knew we wanted to be to get this game into a point where we had to put pressure on them. They haven't had to face a lot of fourth quarter pressure yet, and we just needed to get that lead, kind of like we've been doing all season. And, that was our goal the whole time. Whatever the score is at the end of the third quarter, continue our game plan. Let's see where we sit in the fourth, and let's pounce and make our run. And it just got a little too out of reach, just a little too out of whack at times. They got a lot of runouts for them. We didn't want to give up easy twos. Okay, and then we can contest threes when we do that, and it's just too many easy twos in that in the beginning of the fourth quarter.
A couple of things, Coach. First of all, I think you are probably going to receive some emails, but I think bottom line is your kids were just tough.
Oh, yeah.
And gutted it out defensively. I think that's a credit to you and what you're getting done in practice and what these kids are transferring for practice into games and buying into your game plan. And I can prove to you here, I thought you had a good game plan because I've got it written down right here. I'm going to show you. Beckman had a good game plan offensively and defensively, and I really thought you did. And I thought, especially in the first half and early into the third quarter, things were going your way. I thought you got, and you can tell me I'm wrong, that's fine, but I thought you maybe got away from your patience offensively a little bit and allowed them a couple of like a 39-30 lead. At that point, I'm not going to be able to give you the time. It was later in the third quarter. Kind of got out a little bit offensively.
We just started shooting a little too quick. Right. We got a 3. I used a timeout to remind them. What did we practice? We practiced 6 guys against 5. We need to take a minute off the clock. We have to find a way to do that. We did it every single day after the game. After our last game, 6 guys against 5, kill a minute somehow, some way, find it. And the first day we did it, we looked honestly terrible, and I was like, is this a good game plan? But yeah, we just got away from it a little bit, and that's what spurts a run for them, because if you get missed shots, they've got a really good opportunity to run a really good fast break, led by their main guy, and that's the guy we wanted to slow down. There's not a lot of teams out there that can play man against them, right, just because they can't keep Hilmer out of the paint, and I'm really fortunate that Tommy Yeager gutted through his ankle injury, and because I knew he's the only guy on our team that has a prayer to turn Jake Hilmer. And, you got 28 points is 28 points. But you ask Hilmer, I guarantee you that's the hardest he's had to work all season long.
No question.
Yeah. What an effort by Yeager. He led the way offensively, too, with 9 points tonight, coming back and battling through that ankle injury there. So credit to him. Now the tough part of ending any sports season in high school, saying goodbye to 2 seniors, Seamus O'Connor and Sean Deitmeyer. As your second senior class, you'll say goodbye to here in your second year at Beckman High School, and talk about what those 2 young men have meant to your program this year with the 16 and 6 record.
Yeah, the spark this year, a lot of people didn't know what our record was going to be. I honestly didn't know what it was going to be. We just focused on getting better every day, and we get better from game to game. We focus on our game plan, we execute it, we go to the next one. And, these guys led the charge at practice. They brought the energy. They didn't play a lot last year, hardly any minutes, spot minutes at best. Okay, but they still brought it last year, and they brought it this year, and they're a great example to young men of what you need to do to play at this level, and how to really get after it, how to be tough, how to be competitive. And I'm really going to miss them because, like I said before, our stats on our defense, those guys were the key. A 6'4" athlete back there that can guard bigs and guards, can get out on ball screens and bump that out to half court and not give guys their offense. That was key to our run. It also helped. I got to give a shout out to assistant coach Dan Corey. Having him back on the bench with me was huge. Obviously, you'd seen his teams before, okay, and he's really the guru behind our defense. So we're going to miss those 2 guys, their competitive nature, their spirit, and you hope it rubs off to the next group. Only having 2 of them that stuck with us all 4 years, it might not be easy. You might have a lot of guys that don't have the experience. We only had 1 guy that really played last year, but these guys really grabbed the leadership role by the horns and really showed these guys what it takes to be an athlete, a competitor, and a man.
My next point, 10 juniors, 4 sophomores, and 1 freshman that were impacted by the leadership with how these guys played, these 2 seniors, O'Connor and Deitmeyer, and that will help you build for the future here.
Yeah, that's what you hope. You got to take these losses. We've had a tough run here. We lost, out of the last 4 years, Cascade got second, and then we lost to them. They made state in that triple overtime game. And last year we lost to the state champ, and this year we could have lost to the state champ. Who knows?
Yeah.
So we've had a tough run. There's really good basketball in Eastern Iowa, and it just got to make our guys even hungrier than we have been the last years after. So one of these years, we're going to get over that hump, and we're going to take that team down, and we're going to be able to take our butts down to Des Moines. But, it's just got to keep going at it.
Indeed. All right. Congrats on the effort here. The 16-6 record in your second season. Always great to cover your teams. Always great talking to you. Thanks for your time as always.
Always appreciate the coverage, guys. Thank you.
Absolutely. Mike Maloney, the head coach of the Beckman Blazers, as his team with the losing tonight 55-43. We'll check the scoreboard and get on our way here on this Tuesday night with Mother Nature starting to impact the KMCH listening area with that snowstorm coming as the 1A scoreboard. Alberta beat Springfield tonight by the score of 70-59. Elsewhere in Class 1A action, it was Edco falling to Easton Valley 64-40. So the Edco Vikings bow out. Justin Olin and company. Congrats on a competitive season there. And they lose tonight 64-40 down in Clinton, as you heard earlier here from KMCH Sports. Class 2A, Cascade with the 53-41 win over Tipton down in Maquoketa tonight, as Cascade getting back to a sub-state contest, and they'll take on this North Linn team on Saturday night around 8 o'clock. Bill Logan and I will have all the coverage from Sudor Gymnasium inside West Delaware High School. Final check of the Iowa Hawkeye men as the Hawks down at Carver Hawkeye Arena, their first of 2 home games in Iowa City this week, as they'll take on Indiana on Friday night at 8 o'clock. Tonight, they are losing to Maryland, the 24th-ranked Terrapins, leading the 21st-ranked Hawkeyes 51-46, 8 minutes to go in the second quarter of that one in Big Ten basketball. Back in Iowa City tonight. Elsewhere, finals of the Big Ten tonight. Number 15, Purdue goes on the road and beats Indiana by 2, 48-46. Penn State at home all over Nebraska, 95-71. And that is going to be a wrap here tonight. As we saw an entertaining game. Northland, too much for Beckman, though, by 12 points, 55-43 when all was said and done. As Jay Kilmer led the way, topping almost 30 points on the chart tonight, becoming the all-time leader in points at Northland basketball, boys and girls, surpassing Nicole Miller, the outstanding player who's at Drake University now, as she led the way for a few years since her senior season of 2015 with 22:07, as Jay Kilmer surpassing that number tonight and etching his name as the all-time leader in points now in Northland boys and girls basketball history. That does it tonight for my partners, Dan Cassett, Matt Weiss. Appreciate their insight, their knowledge, and their time here tonight for this Class 2A District 5 final. Back in the studio, Austin West. We appreciate his effort and focus of running the controls back on East Main Street in Manchester. And we appreciate all the sponsors, all 105 of them, especially Northland and Beckman flavor here tonight. We'll be back at it on Thursday night. West Delaware boys basketball resumes as the Hawks will take on the Storm and Pointers. The center point Urbana. Bill Logan and I will take the air around 6:45 as the Hawks back at it after a win last night over West Liberty, and CPU got by Benton Community. We'll greet you tomorrow night around 6:40. I should say Thursday night. I lost track of my days. Thursday night around 6:45 for a 7 o'clock tip time. West Delaware Class 3A second round boys basketball right here from KMCH Sports. And then we'll be off until Saturday for Northland and Cascade, the final coming up at West Delaware High School on Saturday night around 8 o'clock. John Swisher saying have yourselves a good and safe rest of your Tuesday night. And so long, everybody, from